Hi everybody, Jim here, and I am doing a quick review of this Marey Power Pack water heater that I'm using as a whole house water heater. It's pretty tight and it fits right under the kitchen sink, and I just used a couple of splitters to put it between the hot and cold rails. And the great thing about living in Florida is that the water comes out of the faucet relatively warm, so you don't need a super powered 120 amp water heater to heat things up. So I'm going to show you what it's like. This is water right out of the ground here in Pensacola, Florida. And let's see, get the camera to show it's about 68 degrees. 67.5 degrees, and this is in December. This is Christmas Eve in Pensacola, Florida. It's coming out of the ground at 67.5 degrees. Okay, so if I turn the water heater on, and it's just, again, clicking it over to the hot, and oh nope, make sure we get it all hot. This is one of the problems. I'll get into it here in a second with the Marey. So if we click it over to hot, the temperature jumps up to pretty high. It jumps up over 125 degrees. So look at 127. It's going to top out 127, 128, 120, 130. All right. So this is coming out of the faucet really fast and really hot. Just to verify, about 130, give or take. Okay. Well, one of my concerns with the Marey heater is that the flow sensor won't activate the coils until it hits about 1.6 gallons of flow per minute, which is a lot. Now, other systems that I've used, like Ream and EcoSmart, they kick on at less than half a gallon, just a trickle, and start heating the water. But this one, it again waits until you hit about 1.6, and then it takes a second or two to kick on. But it gets the water hot. Let's see how many amps it's using. I've got an amp meter on there. Let's see. It's definitely running. The amp meter reads about 44 amps. I've got this thing all the way up on the highest setting. So at 44 amps, it's adding, I don't know, I'll do the math later. But it's definitely adding plenty of heat to the water as it flows. Let's check the shower. One of the problems with this Marey, I think I touched on it before, was the fact that it won't come on until the flow reaches about 1.6 gallons per minute. And these silly faucets, I call them the landlord special, they don't put out a lot of flow unless you actually drill out this aerator. And then it comes out pretty good. So let's check the water temperature again. And that's about 64, and we're going to see what the hot water looks like. Hold on, let's let it heat up a little bit. There it comes. It's coming. And that's definitely plenty hot for washing your face. Again, let's check the shower. Alright, so here's the shower. And this is the real reason I put a tankless water heater in this apartment in the first place. When I restored the house, it had a 40-gallon tall boy water tank right in the kitchen, and it took up a lot of space. I decided I was going to put a 6-gallon tank into the attic, and it would provide plenty of hot water. You know, it's 6 gallons, and for an old salt like me, that's 2 very luxurious hot showers. However, when girls move in, 6 gallons of hot water is not enough. So I decided to put it in the tankless system. So we're going to figure this out. Let's again check the temperature of the water coming in from the ground. Alright, that's about 60 degrees, and I'm going to pump up to the hot water. Now, with this system, it's not possible to control the flow. You can put a low-flow shower head on there, but when I put one on there, it burned my skin off, because it was just too damn hot. And I decided I was going to put this on there. Let's see how this goes. I think it's going to heat up a little bit. Let's try and... Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to peak out much more than 100 degrees. And they say a hot shower is 105. Let's see what this does when you put this in shower. Get a little closer, just in case. Oh, there it is. Alright, so it's not very hot coming out of the faucet. Let's try it through the shower head. Alright. Let's see if this heats up at all. I don't know how accurate this gauge is going to be, because when the water hits my hand, it's definitely hot, which would make me think that it's above 100. But it's important. You can see the steam fogging up the camera. I don't think this thing is recording correctly. How hot this thing is, how hot the shower is, how hot the water is. Now let me try something else. So I just figured that this thermometer was not giving me an accurate reading, because when I put my hand up to the shower head, it was pretty darn hot. So I figured out a better test. I'm going to see if I can register a more accurate temperature at the shower head. Now it's even you put it up, even you aim it at the shower head and measure the temperature of the shower head, it's pretty close to 100. But that's not really giving you a good, accurate reading. So let's try this. There we go. So I'm just pressing it onto the shower curtain and measuring the temperature of the shower curtain. It's coming up at 109 degrees, which makes for a very hot shower. Yeah, I would certainly recommend this. You'll have to adjust your kitchen faucets and bathroom faucets to make it work right, because it will not kick on until it hits about 1.6 gallons of flow. So just know that going into it. Frankly, I prefer the RETE 9, but they don't make that anymore, so I'm going to make a video here soon about the RTE 8. No, I'm sorry, the EcoSmart 8. I just scored one of those. I'm going to put it in another apartment, and we'll see how that goes. But again, if you're in Florida and you just want to use one of these Marey Power Pack 220 devices, it's going to work fine for you. And that'll be that. Thanks for watching.